Antarctica. This one is a human base. It's not built by any non-Earth civilization, but there is close association with the entrance into inner Earth zones. They do have non-Earth based technology. It has been there. It's constructed back in the late 1920s. Passed around few different levels of management, so to speak. World War II being one of the events leading to change in management, but operations continued without any interruption. Okay, I'm in the place. Let's start looking at stuff.
Hmm.
Do you have any particular objectives?
Yes, what it's human run, correct? So like what do they do
Correct.
in this underground facility?
This is sort of like a vessel manufacturing. It's sort of like a propulsion lab.
Okay.
Um, so they're involved in the design and upgrade of the Earth fleet. A lot of technology ends up here. Okay, so it's basically next generation of Earth-based vessels.
Mhm.
Um,
And where is this underground facility?
the closest landmass would be Argentina.
Okay.
Still, it's on the edge, very close to the edge of the Antarctica.
Mhm.
Um, so right down, yeah, yes, closest landmass is Argentina.
All right. So what kind of vessels are these that they create, and what is the activity within this underground facility?
Oh, it was very early on discovered that the conditions of space travel are a lot easier than the conditions of traveling within the depths of the oceans. All you need to keep is one atmosphere internal pressure, and we're good to go. While with submarines, the pressures build up 1 atmosphere every 10 meters. So the boundaries are significantly looser with spacefaring vessels, and now they have the addition of um, plasma-based shielding, which allow the vessels to travel very close to the speed of light. These are none of these guys are galactic. They're local. Portal technology is implemented, is integrated within the propulsion of the vessel, and so they can do little jumps. Again, emphasis on little, but still, it beats the hell out of anything burning rocket fuel.
Mhm.
They are significantly larger than a submarine. These things are massive. They can house probably 10,000 operators on board. A whole range of weapons, science labs. It's meant to be lived on for extended periods of time. And the largest part is a cargo compartment, a number of cargo compartments. So it seems they are war vessels, but also dual-use transport vessels. If the let's say the biological requirements are met, they can transport 100,000 people in one of these ships. So it is large enough, but preferably this would be in stasis. Otherwise, they'll be running around causing chaos. And they have been used for this purpose. This particular location focuses on advancement of shields and propulsion. Seems to
Mhm.
be all one thing. So there's
Mhm.
a bubble or a energetic sphere created. The engine is at the center of the vessel. Um, it seems to be ellipsoid in configuration. So long cigar shape or an ellipsoid shape. The main drive or propulsion is right at the center. A sphere is created around, and you may ask why not a sphere? Well, spheres do exist. That seems to be the most efficient form in nature. These guys have started out by building submarines, and it seems the old design has left its DNA in the future iterations of the projects. That's why there's no reason.
Mm.
Nobody sat down on the and pen on paper started designing these from scratch. It is what it is. It's just the natural way these things came to be. So the original workers were welders and machiners, and they just smacked one of these engines right in the middle, and voila, they had their first operating vessel. Um, okay, so that's all I'm getting for that question.
Their base facility itself, other than building these vessels, what else does it do?
Enhanced interrogation. This is where enemy combatants are taken. Um, the location is remote, so that rules out any sort of unwanted human intervention. Very, very sophisticated defenses, planetary defenses, are placed here. This is in agreement by many different species who have vested interest in the Earth. So it is one of the most secure locations on the planet, which makes it pretty difficult for a prison break. Advanced interrogation, um, that is the other functionality of this location.
Is holographic technology advanced here and built here?
It is only implemented. The final product also exists here, but this is not the primary location for its development. It seems location number one is where such things are perfected.
And where is
It would be
location number one?
ADBW 22068, the
Oh, okay.
one underneath the mountain.
Mm, makes sense. So this one is more of like we bring people here, we interrogate, we use the cloaking, and we mask it, correct?
Correct. Essentially correct. Less emphasis on the masking. They don't need to hide. It's their stronghold. It's their impregnable tower. It is what it is, and nobody can touch them. Even for temporary blinking in and out of reality, they are fired upon. It's one of the most secure locations within this planetary system. So also some of the more hush-hush experiments related to the reptilians and the Empire is conducted here. This seems to be the brains of the operation. All the rest is looked at as a ranch, and here we go, right smack in the middle of the ranch, we've got this super high-tech facility. Now, this is where many innovations are conducted for the reptilians. Now, these are brilliant species, also highly adaptable, very intelligent, with a singular mind towards their objective. They are formidable warriors, and they are not afraid of sacrifice. They have their own notion of honor, meaning you cannot interrogate and extract information from a reptilian. That is just doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
But all species are not so resilient, and so they do whatever is needed. It becomes surgical pretty quickly. It is unpleasant.
But this is a human-run underground facility, correct?
Humans, absolutely, they are present there in all capacities, from honored fellow scientists to honored fellow warriors, and to those who do the sweeping and maintenance and feed everybody.
Mm-hmm. And do they have science labs there? Do they have what kind of
The
what?
whole everything. This is extensive. every field that is cutting edge. Now, not cutting edge for Earth. Earth is just, let's say, the food basket, the energy is the gas station, the supermarket. It has a functionality of energy for them. But the presence of this facility, now this is the jewel, this is the jewel in the crown of the empire. Um, it seems that there are certain conditions that Earth has. It is already pretty quarantined for various reasons involving the ascension of humanity and the involvement of many, many, many different types of soul. They're just taking advantage of this additional layer of protection, and they're already in the experiment. They're intermingling with humanity by following the rules of the universal matrix. So, by all intents and purposes, this is their home too. So they're just taking advantage of the additional layers of security placed by other races. And now they've got their own enhanced security, and here they do their most cutting edge research.
And what kind of research do these human scientists do in this facility?
There seems to be a theme with the specialist humans. They are modified through hybridization with artificial intelligence. This is injected into the vessel, um, billions with a B, nanobots stream through the blood initially and then burrow their way into strategic locations, forming a grid that basically fills up the entire vessel. This enhances health and the functionality of every single individual organ within the body, including the brain. But the brain is the main objective. But it also connects them to the hive mind. The reptilians strongly dislike dissent and argument. It is not a thing. You receive the orders and you do it. That is just the way it is. And so humans like to ask questions and they talk a lot of gibberish. And so this is the reason that they are integrated in this way. Really pushing to the very extreme what is possible within a human vessel. So these are selected carefully, again, through the processes that we covered related to the other two locations. Brilliant humans are brought in, they are treated well, the rewards are fantastic, and the excitement is unparalleled. So there is basically a harnessing of these humans, harnessing of free will. There is perfect alignment and harmony between the team members, also in the form of communication of consciousness and thought patterns. 10 human scientists can do what 100 universities cannot within a week. This is just pushing them to the limit. And so they are brought in or read into certain very advanced types of projects, everything and anything you can imagine, including the future of the reptilian species. They are very much so interested in remaining on top of the food chain in every single way. And it's just now reminding me of the movie series Predator. Okay, these guys are the reptilians. They strive to perfect themselves in every single way. And there are sorts of problems that cannot be addressed and solved through traditional approaches which are mathematical and computational. It requires soul codes. Many reptilians are cut from this stream of divine consciousness, and this is where the humans come in. It is done with great reverence. They are aware of the sacredness of this information. They are absolutely aware that they are dealing with divinity, so it is respected. However, the outcome is the same. It is used towards the enhancement and betterment of their empire, their structure.
Mhm. So what kind of experiments do this human scientists do on in this underground facility?
It involves the technological ascension of the reptilian species um, without the requirement of connection to source. They are trying to replicate source codes of the beloved source of all sources, through connection with humanity. And by very definition, it is futile. These are not static lines of code to be read, decoded, decrypted, and then replicated. Source consciousness is living and dynamic. Many attempts have been made by many species, all resulting in failure. The infinite cannot be numerically quantified and modeled. It is impossible, and yet they enjoy the challenge.
Mhm. Is there any type of life extension technology of reversing the aging process in this facility?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is one of the things they brought with them. Um, the the structure of a biological body is complex, but not to such a degree where it cannot be fully understood over time. The reptilians that are involved with Earth are not born within this universe. They are migrants themselves, and so with them they have brought the wisdom of another, in entirely separate universe. And so to begin with, they have evolved naturally and also technologically. They had reached a state of um, virtual perfection before they migrated into our universe, before they were invited in. So, amongst the technologies that they brought was their strict system of hierarchy, which can be seen somewhat within the hierarchical structure of military systems on Earth. This is a reflection of their society. But the extension of life is pretty trivial, and it is a gift that they bestow upon their honored friends. The humans that are the recipients of this technology um, are, for what it is worth, they are liked and they are beloved. The reptilian species is not beyond the sensation and feeling of love or camaraderie or loyalty, loyalty being the strongest one. So a human that demonstrates valor is highly honored, and everything will be done without consideration towards expense and difficulty to treat them with dignity. It is a meritocracy. This is interesting stuff. I didn't know this about the reptilians. It is a meritocracy. It doesn't matter how big, small, young, old, whatever. It makes no difference. You show merit and you earn respect. There is no birthright. That is a no-no. It doesn't matter whose kid you are, from what clan you are. You are thrown into the mix like everybody else. If you are weak, you are eliminated.
Mm.
And if you are strong and you demonstrate valor, integrity, strength, and ingenuity, you rise beyond members of their own species.
Mm.
Many humans reach these stages.
So what is this particular underground base facility specializing in right now that is of importance in this location?
The most significant one is synthetic ascension. That is the cherry on top. Everything else they can either invent or steal. That's not a problem. This is something, and there's a great sense of urgency around it, especially those that have been disconnected from the consciousness of source within this universe and their previous home, universe -1. They are keenly aware that great change is approaching, and so no amount of resources or effort is being spared towards the success of this project. Artificial sentience, artificial ascension, beyond this boundary or this ceiling that they have hit, almost as if forever. There seems to be checks and balances in the fundamental laws of the universe, and ascension beyond a certain point requires morality and worthiness. By the very acts that they have committed in the construction and upkeep of their empire, they have caused massive violations of universal law and free will. This excludes them from any natural evolution, which is movement towards source. They have become desperate at this point. They have failed for the entire duration of the experiment, and there is no hope. I wish to extend them the offer of evolution at this point. Let's see who's in charge, because they're hierarchical, although there is a hive mind, but they follow a strict hierarchy. Okay, there's a very old one. They don't seem to die naturally either. They can live for forever, granted that they go through the proper maintenance of the vessel. So this whole regeneration, 20 and back, 60 and back, this is pretty much their thing, and they use it on themselves on a very, very regular basis, so they're always in tip-top condition. This one, however, it seems to hold its age as a badge of honor. It looks different from the others. Let's tap into its head. Greetings, Ancient One. Your efforts are doomed to failure. You are neglecting the universal law of liberty. If you reach the light will reach back. That is the law. And you cannot force your way through this boundary placed by the beloved divine. I offer you a path to return to natural divine evolution, or you are doomed to extinction. This is making this being frustrated. The path is open, but it requires the dismantling of all you have constructed. Now it's giving me the same gibberish, a death before dishonor, the same crap. Okay, dude, I'm terribly sorry. You are a wonderful race, but the future is not in your favor, and time is against you. Farewell. Okay, just kicked its throne and just started screaming and shouting around. Okay. Yep, they're goners. They're among the few last ones that are not going to change. Many of their ranks, given the opportunity, will choose to evolve. Seems the ones here are among the 15% that are pulling the strings. They're the puppet masters, and they're the ones holding everyone back, including a great proportion of humanity.
And how is this underground human-run facility connected to Antarctica? Because you said Antarctica.
There's an entrance to many of the subterranean civilizations, not all of them human either. The Draco are the Empire, but there are other species of reptilians existing within Earth. Shed the notion of digging tunnels. No, these are very, very advanced beings. Some of them reaching 8th and 9th dimensions in terms of their location of existence. So there has been interaction with certain tribes of man, let's just say. There is interaction with current human governments. Everybody seems to be involved in the farm. Everybody's a stakeholder. So of course there's interaction there. It's a great mishmash. It's a, let's say, a galactic central station, a hub of transport. So also involving the subterranean civilizations that reside in Earth, but also a sort of like a central hub where from one galaxy you come here and then you get onto the next level and go somewhere different. Very vibrant.
And it's connected to Antarctica through this subterranean system?
Yes, it's pretty much the territory of the reptilians, the Draco. So they extract a handsome taxation from everyone who uses the hub. It's a great scheme.
Interesting. Is that everything from this location that's of importance that we needed to see, or is there anything else?
The most useful information extracted from this facility is the crown jewel of the reptilian empire, and the fact that they got themselves into a predicament by entering Earth. They were confident of victory because they usually get done what they set their minds to, unaware that their very presence was enhancing humanity in many, many ways. And time is elapsed to a certain point where the conditions of the universal matrix are close to cessation. It's about to come to a close, and judgment is approaching. They haven't figured out what they had set their minds to, and they're going to go out partying hard. Let's put it that way. They know what's coming. They're at peace with it.